Good day, everyone. Today, guys, I have a really good news for you. I have an update coming from Advancial Credit Union, and the agent told me yesterday that you don't have to have a social security number in order to complete the car loan process. Yes, definitely a game changer, mga kawan. Remember in my previous videos, I compared international auto source versus the loan getting from Credit Advancial Union. And the main difference is, the main disadvantage, for Advancial is the waiting period for the social security number. So with this, it's really a game changer, and it's a really good advantage for those coming to the US, especially for those new immigrants like us. You just have to be prepared and decided. That's the key word, decided. Prepared because you have to do a lot of things before coming to the US. Prepared everything. Then decided you have to decide whatever car you want, type, specific, AWD, four-wheel drive, front-wheel drive, and all of those things. You have to be decided. So I will be reviewing the process of getting a car via Advancial. If you haven't understand the process or you haven't watched some of my videos, I'll try to simplify it as much as I can. So if you're interested, stay tuned and watch the video. I'm Nurse Juan de la Cruz, your OFW nurse. Disclaimer, I don't work for Advancial. I'm just a nurse giving information on how to make things easier for you. And like for me, based on my experience, I had trouble getting some low APR rate when I arrived here in the US. So I'm giving back this information in order to help you guys, okay? Also, if you're new to my channel, please click the like button and please share to your other friends if you find this interesting and knowledgeable and useful for you. So let's start. The first thing you need to do is to get a referral. If you want to get it from me, just DM me your name, your full name, and your email address. And please, send me your details if you're in the process of the DQ process or like in the middle of the visa process already. Not when you're just starting to take your NCLEX or IELTS. It will take some time, so it's best to do it in the later part of the stage. Also, if you're gonna DM, please put the name first, Advancial, so I will know how to discern all the messages coming from my Facebook page, because I do have a lot of messages sometimes and it's hard for me to determine which are the messages I want to prioritize. Then after that, on my end, I will key in your full name and your details on the Advancial referral link. Then after which, you will receive an email on your personal account coming from Advancial. Then you just have to click that link. Then afterwards, just fill in and create an account with them. Then of course, you have to fill in those details and whatever requirements they're asking online. Unfortunately, you can only do this if you already have a social security number. For those who have a social security number and is already in the US, just proceed with filling up the details and submit all the requirements. And for those who do not have the social security number yet and are in the Philippines, you cannot create at the moment an account with them, since you cannot complete the online application process, which requires a social security number. But fear not, you can still submit some of the documents that you really need in order for them to do some of the processing. Normally, when you submit these documents, they can tell you if you do qualify for the program. So in a way, that will help you speed up things. You might not create an account officially, but you are like partially do have an account with that. So you have to send them emails and ask about those things or whatever questions you have with them. So in order for you to email them, just click on this link here. Then from this point onwards, you can email them and or ask them whatever questions you have with regards with the Advancial processing. So for the requirements, you basically need your passport, Philippine passport or whatever passport that you have from which country you're coming from. Of course, your visa passport, you need your employment contract or the offer letter. Also, you need to have a US address or possible US address. In some cases, they might consider you using a temporary address in the US. Then, if you're already here in the US and they already created an account and they gave you a pre-approval or certificate or approval for the loan, the next thing for you to do is try to find a car as soon as you can. You have 30 days in order for you to use that certificate in order for it not to expire. I won't go into details on how to do that because it's quite lengthy, and I think I'll just do another video on that. For now, we'll just do a summary. After you submit all the requirements, all the forms that you have to fill up and the requirements, then you will be screened by Advancial. Screening will lead to being pre-qualified or not. Good if you're pre-qualified because it means that you're being approved for the loan. Pre-approved loan, that's what they call it. Usually, they give a standard of $25,000 for the loan. Rate for the APR depends on the market as per them. I think last time I heard from one of our subscribers, they told me it's like a 5.1. So it changes from month to month or depending whatever factors they have. I don't work for them, so I don't know. Still, it's cheaper than buying it directly from the car dealership, which I think they offer like 16% or depending on their offers, or from the regular banks. Like in my case, I think I had like 12% before and down to 8 point something. Then, like I said earlier, $25 is their standard loan that they give for you. But some of the cars that most of us are targeting are above $25,000. So if that's the case, you actually can increase that, but it depends on the way you manage with your agent from Advancial. They'll be discussing about if you increase the amount that you're gonna loan from them, then they might increase the APR rate, or they might change the rate for that. So I'm not really sure how much or how big a difference it is. I'm saying this because I get a lot of PM about this thing, so it's best that I will answer it through here. But your main target in getting a loan is getting the lowest APR as much as you can. The lower the APR, the better. That's the real aim in buying a car. And of course, the price for the car. Because APR and the base price of the car is really hand in hand. Like I showed you in my calculator about choosing the car or the APR computations. Then if you're not pre-approved, I think there's a little bit of way on how to deal with this. I'm not really 100% sure. I will try to find it out and I will post another video on it. Then, if you've been pre-approved for the loan, now you move on to the next stage, which is choosing or researching about the car that you want to buy. Decide which car you want to buy, what brand, what model, what year, brand new or second-hand, or whatever the things that you like about the first car that you want to buy here in the US. You really have to think about those things because this is actually the longest part and the most stressful part, honestly. For me, it took me like few weeks for me to decide, and honestly, I wasn't even really that decided during those times. So you really have to do this before coming here to the US in order for you to be able to process everything in a short amount of time. Then, in order for you to decide which car to choose, you have to visit all those sites or online sites in order for you to choose the cars that are available. Like I said in my previous videos, go to sites like a CarMax, True Cars, or you can go to those dealerships online. Most of the dealerships here or the car dealerships here do have a website for cars that they're selling. And usually the price that they're posting there is not really the exact price that you will be paying. Most of them, you might be able to lower down the price or negotiate them. Like for me, like I said in my previous video, I really was able to do like a big discount because I wasn't really planning to buy, or I had like a poker face in or decided not yet to buy, but they were insisting. So I was able to lower it down for a few $1,000s. So you might be able to do that as well. But I'm not sure how you'll be able to do that if you're doing it over the phone or through emails. Assuming you have found the car that you like online through their websites or whatever sites you went to. So the next thing you have to do is try to communicate with them. Try to have it reserved if you could. Try to do it online if you could. Then before reserving, try to negotiate as much as you can. Try to check with the price and tell them about the process. Tell them about the loan that you have, that you get it from Advancial, and what are the requirements that they need from you. So you have to discuss all those things either by phone or by email. Or when you arrive here in the US, go directly to the dealership or a day or two after and negotiate with them directly. And just hope that the car is still available. Because like for me before, I had to pay a reservation for that particular car that I want, waiting for the social security number because I was through a local bank. I wish I was with Advancial then. So I'm not really sure if you'll be able to make a reservation via online or via phone if you're coming from the Philippines. Then, after the negotiation, inspections, and everything, and you decided which car to get or really decided on to getting that car with that particular price that you were able to negotiate, then the next thing is to give them the details for the loan from Advancial, and they'll be the one to process it. You don't have to bring any money or check. You just have to give the name of your agent from the Advancial and the phone number and the email also. So they can send all those documents to them. And they will usually communicate via email most of the time. You might have to wait few hours in order for them to process all the documents. Then before you can be able to sign all the paperwork and drive your car outside. I think for some of my colleagues here, they were able to get the car within the following day. I think it's doable to get the car within the specific day. It really depends on how fast the agent from the car dealership works and your agent coming from the Advancial. So I think those things will go hand in hand in factors in order for you to get the car as soon as you can. Because like for me, it took me days, I think 2 days, 2 or 3 days before I was able to get the car after my social security arrived. The next, you need to get a car insurance. In order to do so, you have to do a research ahead before coming here to the US. You have to think about the car model that you're getting, and then you can do a quotation online. Just go to any car dealership websites. Usually they can get put in all the details you need, and they'll give you a quotation on how much you have to pay for monthly expenses. In order to complete this process, you have to have a cell phone number. So definitely when you arrive here in the US, get a phone number as soon as you can. And in order for you to do a final quotation on your specific vehicle, you have to get the VIN number, the vehicle identification number. So you need to key in all of these things in order for you to get the final quotation monthly. And like I said before, in my previous video, it will be more expensive since you don't have a driver's license yet. In order to get a driver's license, you have to wait for your social security number. So that's one of the downside. But this downside is better than not having a car when you arrive here in the US or during the first few weeks when you arrive here in the US. Completing of getting a car insurance really takes just 30 minutes to 1 hour. You can be able to get that all the details that you need. And the proof that they're gonna give you the car insurance, like car insurance proof, they'll give it to you through emails or through their applications. So you don't really have to have like physical thing. They will give you an electronic numbers or electronic IDs about your car insurance details. And those car insurance details you have to forward to your car dealership and as well to your Advancial credit union. Then if all of the paperwork are ready, either you come back in a few hours or a day, then you just have to go back and sign the paperwork. Then after that, they'll give you some orientations about some extended warranty for the cars and whatever details that you need to know about the car that you bought. Afterwards, then you can drive your car, going out from that dealership, going to your home. That's the process of how to get a car via the Advancial loan. So it's really, really nice that they have these kind of programs for new immigrants like us, because it's really, really nice to have a car as soon as you arrive here in the US. Though it's not possible that I think you arrive and get your car on the day one, but at least in a few days after, you'll be able to get it. So it really helps having a car in the US, particularly those places that you don't have public transportations. So this program that they are offering will really help you. It really helps us new immigrants that who do not have any credit score yet. You can apply for a credit card also or any loan, even if you don't have a credit score yet here in the US. So if you do have more questions or the processing about the Advancial, you can message me or put in the comments, or better yet, email them directly. It's best that you communicate with them personally so you can voice out your concerns. So like I said, preparation is the key in order for you to have a better transition coming here to the United States. So if you guys learned something from this video and you like this video and you want to learn more about things, life here in the US, so please click the like button, subscribe button, and please share to your friends. Again po, I'm Nurse Juan de la Cruz, your OFW nurse. Thank you for watching. God bless. Bye-bye. Stay safe.